After many years working with people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I realized something most seniors never hear. Walking alone is not enough to keep your body strong and safe as you age. Walking is wonderful for your heart. It's great for your mood. But walking does not keep your hips flexible. It does not train your balance. It does not teach your feet to react quickly if you slip or miss a step. And it does not protect you from the kind of falls that can happen in just a split second. After 60, the body changes in ways walking cannot fix. You lose strength in your hips and thighs, your hip mobility tightens, and your proprioception, the sense that tells you where your feet are without looking, begins to fade. That's why I reviewed dozens of different exercise approaches and narrowed them down to 5 simple exercises you can do right at home. 5 movements that target the exact weaknesses walking leaves behind. But before we start, I want to know one thing. How old are you? Tell me your age in the comments. I want to see how many of you in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s are watching this. We won't wait any longer. Let's jump straight into exercise number 5. Exercise number 5, single leg stand. As we age past 60 and especially past 70, one problem shows up faster than any loss of strength: loss of balance. The foot doesn't react as quickly, the ankle becomes less stable, and the body takes longer to correct itself when you tilt even slightly. This is why many seniors trip not because their legs are weak, but because their balance system can no longer respond in time. From a simple scientific view, balance depends on proprioception, the internal sense that tells you where your feet are without looking down. After 60, this system becomes dull, which is why small missteps suddenly feel dangerous. A well-known study led by Dr. Claudio Gil Araujo in 2022 found adults who could not hold a single leg stand for at least 10 seconds had a 43% higher risk of falling within the next 3 years. And in another trial from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, seniors who practiced single-leg balance for a few minutes a day improved ankle stability by up to 31% after 8 weeks. Here's how to practice this skill with your body. Stand next to the kitchen counter or chair, or 2 centimeters off the ground. Keep your chest tall, your eyes forward, and hold for 10 to 30 seconds. Switch legs. A light wobble in the ankle and gentle activation in the hips. That wobble is not failure, it's training. It's your balance system waking up. To make this a little more challenging, you can slowly turn your head left and right while holding the position, or try standing on a folded towel to give your feet a softer, less stable surface to work with. And if it feels too difficult today, let your toes touch the floor lightly and it still trains your balance. Why walking doesn't fix this? Walking is repetitive and predictable. Your body always knows what's coming next. But real life is not predictable. Stepping over a doorway, turning quickly when someone calls your name, or reaching for something on the floor. These moments require true balance, not just motion. The single leg stand trains the exact moment where most falls happen, the split second when only one foot is on the ground. Exercise number 4 builds directly on this, because balance means nothing if your feet can't lift and react fast enough. Let's move on. Exercise number 4. Toe raises. One of the biggest hidden problems in older adults is the slowing of the foot lift reflex. This is the tiny movement that lifts your toes so you don't catch the edge of a rug, a stair, or a doorway. When this reflex slows down, even a small bump on the floor becomes a real danger. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that strengthening the muscles that lift the front of the foot can improve walking safety and reduce trips by up to 20 to 30% in older adults. Another study from the University of Oregon found that seniors who practice toe lift exercises 3 times a week Improve step clearance, the height of each step, by 18%, which directly lowers the chance of catching the toes while walking. Here's how to do it. Stand straight against the railing to maintain balance. Keep your heels on the ground and lift your toes as high as you comfortably can. Hold for 1 second, then lower slowly. Repeat 10-15 times. What you should feel: a gentle activation on the front of your shin. This is the muscle that keeps your toes from dragging when you walk. To make it slightly more challenging, lift your toes and hold for 2 or 3 seconds, or try doing it without holding onto the counter for extra balance work. If today feels hard, reduce the height of your lift. Even a small movement still trains the reflex. Why walking doesn't fix this? Walking does not strengthen the muscles that lift your toes. It mostly uses the back of the leg. Toe raises directly target the trip prevention system of your foot, teaching it to lift quickly and clear obstacles before you even notice them. Exercise number 3. Standing hip circles. One of the earliest changes after 60 is the gradual stiffening of the hips. You may not notice it at first, but it shows up when you turn, step sideways, or reach for something behind you. Stiff hips force your body to twist awkwardly, and that's when balance starts to slip. A study from the Journal of Orthopedic Research found that seniors with limited hip mobility were 2.4 times more likely to experience balance loss during simple daily movements. Another study from the University of Sydney showed that gentle hip mobility training improved walking confidence and reduced sidestep instability by up to 28% in older adults. Here's how to do hip circles. Stand tall with your hands on your hips. Shift your weight slightly to stabilize yourself. Begin drawing slow, smooth circles with your hips. 5 circles clockwise, then 5 circles counterclockwise. Move only as far as your hips comfortably allow. A gentle stretch around the hips, lower back, and glutes. These are the muscles that help you turn safely without losing balance. To make it slightly more challenging, widen the circle just a little. If today feels stiff, keep your circle small. Consistency matters more than range today. Why walking doesn't fix this? Walking moves your legs forward and back, that's it. It does not rotate your hips, it does not loosen tight hip joints, and it does not teach your body to stabilize while turning. Hip circles train the exact motions that cause seniors to lose balance: twisting, reaching, changing direction, reacting to something behind you. Exercise number 2 builds on this freedom of movement. Because strong, flexible hips mean nothing if your legs can't push the ground with real power. If you're still following along, let me know in the comments which exercise has helped your body the most so far. Your answer helps other seniors know they're not training alone. Exercise number 2, chair squats. After 60, one of the biggest predictors of independence is a simple question: can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? This one movement reflects hip strength, thigh strength, and overall lower body control. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that improving sit-to-stand strength can reduce fall risk by up to 31% in older adults. Another large trial from the British Journal of Sports Medicine reported that seniors who practiced chair squats 3 times a week improved their standing ability by over 25% and walked with noticeably more stability. How to perform a safe chair squat. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet shoulder-width apart. Push your hips back first, then bend your knees and lower yourself until you lightly touch the chair. Do not fully sit down. Press through your heels to rise back up to standing. Repeat 8-12 times. You'll feel your glutes and thighs working gently here. They're the same muscles that help you rise from a chair, walk up a set of stairs, and steady yourself if you lose balance for a moment. Walking never strengthens the muscles you need to stand up. It does not train the powerful hip drive required to rise from low positions. Chair squats directly build the strength that protects your independence. Standing from the toilet, lifting yourself from the couch, and stabilizing after a sudden loss of balance. If you made it through this exercise, comment, "stronger legs." It motivates others who are training with you. Exercise number 1 is the most important movement of all. The one experts recommend every senior do daily. Let's finish strong. Exercise number 1, wall push. When you talk to orthopedic surgeons who work with older adults, you'll hear a pattern that repeats itself. People don't fall only because their legs are weak. They fall with shoulders that collapse, arms that can't catch them, and upper backs that have slowly stiffened over the years. The shoulders roll forward, the chest tightens, the head drifts away from the body's center, breathing becomes shallow, and when balance slips for even a moment, the upper body simply isn't strong enough to help. That's why major international guidelines for older adults emphasize gentle pushing movements. Not for building big muscles, but for keeping independence. Being able to push a door open, lift yourself from bed, or brace your hands against a counter during a stumble can be the difference between a scare and an injury. A large evidence review from Exercise and Sports Science Australia highlighted that programs combining balance and strength, including simple wall push variations, were among the most effective strategies for preventing falls in the community-dwelling older adults, and a 2022 study on fall arrest upper body training showed that practicing safe pushing patterns significantly improved shoulder strength and reaction control, two skills that sharply reduce the risk of injury when older adults lose balance unexpectedly. Here's how to perform the wall push safely. Stand facing a sturdy wall about 1 arm's length away. Place your palms slightly wider than your shoulders. Step your feet back until your body forms a gentle straight line. Bend your elbows slowly, letting your chest move toward the wall. Then press the wall away and return to the start. Do 8 to 12 smooth repetitions, a gentle engagement in your chest and the front of your shoulders, along with a subtle tightening between your shoulder blades. These muscles are responsible for holding you upright, keeping your head from drifting forward, and supporting your arms when you need them most. If you want to add a bit of challenge, take one small step farther back from the wall, or pause for a breath at the bottom before pushing back. If today is a sensitive shoulder day, simply stand closer and make the movement smaller. You'll still teach your upper body to wake up. Why walking doesn't fix this? Walking trains the legs beautifully, but it leaves the entire upper body almost unused. That's how posture collapses quietly with age. The shoulders drift forward, the spine curves, and the arms lose the ability to help during a stumble. Wall push brings those muscles back into the conversation. It teaches your upper body to share the stabilizing work with your legs, giving you strength for everyday tasks and extra protection when life throws you off balance. Each of these exercises challenges your balance, strength, and coordination in a way that walking simply cannot. And orthopedic surgeons make one point very clear. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't train the systems that keep you upright. When you walk, each foot touches the ground almost immediately. You're only on one leg for a fraction of a second, far too short for your stabilizing muscles and nervous system to fully wake up and react. But when you practice controlled movements, pushing, lifting, shifting, holding, you give your body time to activate the deeper stabilizers that protect you throughout the day. Surgeons see this contrast in their clinics all the time. Patients who can walk miles, yet cannot stand on one leg for more than 5 seconds. These are the very patients who fall while reaching for something on a high shelf, stepping over a doorway, or turning too quickly in the kitchen. Their walking endurance did not translate into the balance they truly needed. That is why these 5 exercises matter so much. They fill the gaps that walking leaves behind. And the best part, all 5 movements together take less than 15 minutes a day. No gym, no equipment, no perfect fitness required. Start with the exercise that feels the most manageable. Add the others as your confidence grows. Even performing exercise number 1 alone 3 times a day puts you ahead of most people your age. Something many orthopedic surgeons emphasize with every new patient: your future self will thank you for every minute you invest in these movements today. Take care of your body, it's the only one you've got. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which exercise will you start with today? And what has been your biggest challenge in staying active and balanced as you age? Share your experience in the comments. We truly want to hear your story. Thank you for watching.